alternative facts.
I know how dangerous their socialist agenda is.
Talk to me about misinformation.
I started a class on disinformation a long time ago, before it was a buzzword. I have a personal connection to it because I have a child who kind of disowned me and the entire family based off of a lot of disinformation. So there was a rabbit hole that they went down. And so I was personally motivated to, one, understand what was going on. You know, my kid is a smart kid. How are they believing this stuff?
Fake news in politics, you can't escape it. Take, for instance, this photo about the National Guard sleeping at the Capitol prior to the inauguration. Just a few hours after it was taken, it popped up on a social media site with this caption: "Reports are coming in from the Capitol, massive gunfight." Not true.
And I'm like, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to write it all down so I can help others. So that's how I created that training. I call it Pop the Disinformation Bubble. The first section is media literacy. You know, we are not very media literate in this country, and it's actually a global thing. This disinformation is not a problem that you're seeing in America. It's a problem you're seeing around the world. We switched over to this digital age where, you know, we used to have 3 channels on the TV, and now we are just sitting in a soup of information at all times that we need to filter out, and we're really bad at that. We're really bad. Just the human brain is just naturally really bad at sorting out that information and determining what is true. So we need media literacy training to be able to understand, to be able to help us filter out all of that information that is coming to us. And then the media literacy, the tools and the tips of how to work in this, you know, filter it out, and then how to engage in this world of algorithms that we now find ourselves in. But then the other thing is, like, how do you get people back? So we walk people through, first, how to talk politics with people in a very effective way. That is doing some good self-reflection to find out what's driving you, and putting with the words to it for those values that are really driving you underneath. Coming up with those stories, those personal stories about, you know, again, what is driving you, and, you know, how does politics, how does this stuff really walk into your life, walk into your home, walk into your body? How to speak about politics in that way. We're not used to doing that. You know, we're used to turning on cable news or a favorite podcast and hearing about what's happening in DC. We're used to talking about politics in terms of horse races. We are not used to talking about it in terms of how it actually affects us. So there is homework there. That takes time to develop and to really be thinking in terms of how this stuff really walks into your house and walks into your body. I like to say it's this, like, unless Joe Biden walks into your house, you don't get to talk about Joe Biden. You talk about politics and how it relates, you know, to you personally. First, you get informed, and then you turn around and you inform others with empathy. Popping the disinformation bubble for other people, it's really only going to work if you know that person, right? I wish I could tell you the thing to write in that comment on Twitter that is going to get that person just light bulbs to come on, and they're going to change their ways. And it's like, no, that's not the way that psychology works. There's a nice metaphor for it when you think of popping a bubble. You know, if you push on the bubble from all sides, it doesn't pop. You need to just find one prick. That's how you talk to people. You repeat the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And you feel crazy repeating that same thing over and over and over again. But that is eventually what is going to get through to make a connection and get people to start to question things for themselves. They can't change anybody's mind. They have to change their own mind. Well, this leads them to being able to begin to change their own mind.
Wow. This makes so much sense. Also shows why a lot of what goes on social media is futility.
Yes.